If you work or live in St. Louis City, you pay a 1% earnings tax. Now, a committee of Missouri lawmakers is recommending ways to slowly do away with the tax in both St. Louis and Kansas City.
But not everyone is on board. Laura Barcheski talked with several members of the committee tonight. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, the committee leader tells me the majority found that the earnings tax was detrimental to the city's growth. The representatives who didn't sign that report say that's not true. In both Kansas City and St. Louis, a 1% earnings tax is deducted from workers' paychecks. For St. Louis, that brings in nearly $220 million every year and is a major funding source.
It's been working for decades. It works in many successful cities.
But that was not the opinion of the majority of the Earnings Tax Committee, which recommended both cities start to phase out the tax.
It's caused the city to lose population. It's caused the city to lose businesses and growth. So we were looking for alternative ways of bringing income into the city so that wouldn't be necessary.
When it comes to a lack of business growth, Representative Steve Butts says it's not due to the tax.
Their biggest issue, I think, is crime, and their employees don't feel safe downtown and other areas.
Butts says one thing most of the committee agreed on is getting rid of the earnings tax for low-income workers and those below the poverty line.
It would give people maybe that need the tax break the most, who can least afford to pay the tax. It might lessen the burden on them.
Committee Chair Representative Jim Murphy says one of the solutions proposed would hopefully attract more businesses to St. Louis.
We talked about bringing in enterprise zones where we'd attract new businesses into the city and exempt them from the earnings tax.
Representative Tony Lavasco says additional consumption taxes could also be the answer.
I think if you want to get people to go move to the city, do business there, having a sales tax or something similar is a lot better way of going than taking a piece of people's income.
But says increasing sales and property taxes would drive more people away.
So without an alternative, I don't see what else we could do. It would bankrupt the city.
In a statement, a St. Louis City spokesperson says, quote, any legislative proposals to scale back or eliminate the local earnings tax without proposals to replace this revenue are proposals to gut fire and police services, street maintenance and upgrades, parks, the courts, the circuit attorney's office, and much more. The next step is for lawmakers to use these recommendations to craft legislation this session. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.